1 minute. Oh, I'm Thomas Messerschmidt. And this is how to build your own Ayuwoki. Welcome, everyone. I was wearing the mask. I have my friend Siren at the computer. And Siren, I don't see anything on the left screen. She's going to fix that for me. This is my robot lab. This is where I build robot creatures. And today we're going to show you how to build part of the Ayuwoki scene there. And are you having trouble, Siren? Technical difficulties. Please stand by. We fixed that. Welcome, I'm Thomas Messerschmidt. Siren, 12 years ago, I created the Ayuwoki monster for my cousin, Thomas Rengstorff. Yes, we have the same first name. We're actually good friends. In this series of videos, I'll show you how to build one too. Yes, you can have a living, breathing, horrible, absolutely horrible. These things are scary. Monster in your own home. Yes, to keep you awake at 3 a.m. I know. If you've awoken at 3 a.m. scared, please make a note in the comments. Anyone who was scared at 3 a.m. of the monster coming to get them, please make a note in the comments. Anybody, Siren? Nobody's scared of the monster at 3 a.m.? Okay. My friend Siren is at the camera and the computer. She's going to relay any questions. If you have any questions for me while we're doing this, she'll tell me, and then we can, I'll answer them for you. To start, let's get started. To start, these are the parts you'll need. I'm going to go over them for you. The first part you'll need is a pool noodle. These can be gotten at any pool store or online. Most of this stuff is available on Amazon.com, or for those living in the United States. I know we have some overseas viewers here. We have, so in the United States, you get these at Home Depot or Lowe's. This is for the arms. And then we need some washers. These are 3/4-inch hole washers. We need 8 of them. We make the structure of the robot with iron pipe. And this iron is a 1/2 inch. I don't know the metric equivalent. You can look that up. If somebody can post the equivalent of a 1/2 inch pipe, please put it in the comments. So we have these pipe caps. The list will be put in the description later in the week, so I'm going to just go through them quickly. And we have these T's. 2 T's, 2 45-degree elbows. Now he has 2 pieces of wood inside. This piece of wood is called the top shelf. It's going to sit right about here, and you'll find out why in just a minute. This piece of wood is about 18 inches wide by about 10 inches long. And this is 14.5 inches by 8 inches. And this will be used as his waist. Now, this is a square, and some of you might want to round it off and make it oval like people are, or not. It's your choice. We'll need 4 nipples. Yes, they're called nipples. No funny comments, they are called nipples. All short pieces of pipe are called nipples. And these are 1.5 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. Anything interesting in the comments, Siren?
Thomas Helly says, what's the height going to be?
The height's going to be about as tall as this Terminator robot. About 6 foot, about 6'1" or 2. We want this thing to tower over all your friends. We want to scare the hell out of them any night at 3 a.m. or any time of the day. These are great for Halloween. We're going to use 2 of these floor flanges. These are all steel pipes. Or unions. Again, 1/2 inch. It's all 1/2 inch. I don't know what the metric equivalent is.
Yeah. Someone's asking, what's it made of?
It's made of these pipes. It's made of foam.
Can they make it metal?
You can make it metal. 2 6-inch nipples. 2 12-inch nipples. 2 36-inch nipples. These are for the legs. You're going to need a tabletop. You can cut it yourself, or Home Depot or Lowe's sells them. This one's 18 inches, but I suggest you go wider. I suggest you go 24 so it doesn't fall over. Wouldn't want Mr. Ayuwoki falling on anybody. That wouldn't be fun. Although some people would think it would be fun, but we don't think it would be fun. To roll your Ayuwoki around, we're going to put some casters on the bottom. Little wheels. And there'll be 4 of these. Make sure at least 2 of them are locking so he doesn't roll away. Question, Sarah?
Cami Liz says, was the Ayuwoki video supposed to be scary?
Yes. It was supposed to be scary. The idea was to sell my cousin's books. He created this character. Of course, back then it was My Ghoul Jackson. He created this character. He was going to put it in a book. He asked me to make these things for him. I made them for him. And then he didn't write the book. So that was more than 10 years ago.
How long does it take to make? Years, months, or days?
Days. It should only go to, once you have all the stuff, it should go together in less than a day. Any other questions?
Clarabelle says, will it scare my sister?
We hope so. That's the idea, isn't it? All right. Getting back to the build. You saw I was wearing a mask. This is one of the most important features. It's not an Ayuwoki without these masks. I'm going to put it on again just so you can see. It's a lot of fun. You could wear one of these for Halloween. A lot of people do. It's a rubber mask. Fits right over your head. Do I look scary? I'm trying to act like the video. And You'll need a pair of shoes. We have these white sneakers here. White's the preferable color, any size. Get your old brother's or sister's shoes and use those. You'll need Michael Jackson gloves. Earlier I bought these, and these are not so good, so I replaced them with these. These are more sparkly. I'll have the list in the description. And I think these are called gaiters. They go up over the top of the sock near the shoe. But we have another question. Go ahead, Siren.
Miss Kitty says, how much does it cost?
Well, that's a good question. Where is she? Miss Kitty, please put in the comments where you are, what city or state or country. Is it U.S.? Well, we're assuming you're in the U.S. In the U.S., it's going to cost you about $300 to $500, depending on the prices. The most important and the most expensive part is right here. Let me show you this. This bad dude looks a lot like Elvis Presley, doesn't he? And that's because he was meant to imitate Elvis Presley. These dudes were put out 20 years ago, and you can still find them on eBay. They run anywhere between $150 and $300. You need one of these. And I'll be showing you how to modify this, how to hack this thing to make him into your Ayuwoki. So he is the heart and soul and horror of this beast. Question?
Beatty says, why is the mask different than the original Ayuwoki?
Well, that's a good question. The original masks were made more than 10 years ago, and those molds, I haven't been able to find them anymore. We have to go with what the company makes nowadays. I'm going to try to see if I can replicate it from the original. I'll keep you posted. I will try, but this is the best we have right now.
Where did you get the mask, and how much is it?
The mask I got on eBay. eBay, it was about, I think they're running $40 now, plus shipping. Any other questions?
Do you still have the original mask from the original video? That was a no.
No, I don't. I don't have the original. All of the models that I built back then, and I built about 100 of them, they were sold. They were sold, all of them, through eBay. And I don't have any masks. The masks went 1 for 1 with the monsters. There were no masks. Well, there was a couple left over, but 10 years the rubber degrades and you have to replace them anyway. Yeah.
Clarabelle says, how do you build the Ayuwoki dancing on the stairs?
That's somebody else's video. That's not mine nor my cousin's video. It was probably done with a real person.
Nice.
All right. So let's get started. What's the time, Siren?
1:14.
1:14. Okay. So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start at the base, and then we're going to work our way up to the top, bottom to top. And to start at the bottom, we're going to take our tabletop. Now, this one's already drilled, so I'm going to drill. I have another one over here. I'm going to use that one and drill that one. Show you. So this is a plain tabletop. This is 18 inches. Again, I think you should use 24 inches wider. You can use a square one as well. I use a round one. But the wider the base, the less likely it is to fall over. We don't want this thing falling over because it will break. And you don't want all of your work going down and and being wrecked. Simon, can you change this for me? Okay, I wanted to also note the part list. The part list with a source for all your parts will be posted later in the week, either in the description or a separate video. I'm not sure, one or the other, but not today. You won't see the parts list today. It'll be in the description later in the week, or maybe I'll make another video. Responding there. Okay, so the base consists of a wooden tabletop, 4 casters. Again, make sure you get at least 2 that are locking. You don't want this thing rolling away. And 2 closet flanges. This is a closet flange. This is what the pipe will sit in on top of the wood. Iron? So to start with, we need to find the center of this board. Finding the center of a circle is fairly easy. You take a ruler, and you're going to draw across any 2 places along the edge here. Somewhat 90 degrees would be helpful, doesn't have to be. Okay, now that we have 2 lines drawn across the edges, take a square. And we're going to take a square and we're going to make a square line at 90 degrees from the first line you drew, and 90 degrees from the second line you drew. That gives you the center of the circle or the tabletop. If you're working with a square or rectangular, it's a whole lot easier with a square or rectangle. But this is what we have to do with a circle. Once you have the center, you're gonna go 90 degrees across and make a big X. Boy, that he gets me all the time. Okay, so now we've got that. We want to start lining things up. And we're going to start putting the casters on. The casters are going to go at the edge of the board. And you don't want them too close to the edge or it'll break the wood. So you're going to offset it by about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, a few centimeters for those of you using the metric system. The next step is we're going to take the pen, center this along the line, and we're going to mark the 4 holes. Like that. And then we're going to go to the next line. You want them about the same distance from the edge. You want them close, but not too close. This is about 1/4 inch. And again, you mark it with your pen. What's the time, Siren?
19 minutes in.
Okay. And the third one. And the 4th one. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start attaching these. You line them up with the holes the dots. Let's show you that up close. You've got dots, 4 dots, and here 4 more, and here 4 more, and here 4 more. The casters are going to go where the dots are. But you know what I'm going to do to make this easy? I'm going to take a punch, a center punch, and a hammer, and I'm going to put a dent into each of the dots. This will make drilling the holes a whole lot easier. How many viewers do you have, Maya?
6. And we got questions.
Okay.
They,
Go ahead with questions.
Beatty says, can you do a song on the strange remix of Billie Eilish on the video, The Ayuwoki is Back?
I don't know. Possibly.
And Thomas Healy says, how much do the Elvis heads cost?
Between $150 and $300. It's gone up and down all over the place. Remember, these things are 20 years old, so you can't find them in any stores.
Clarabelle says, can my Ayuwoki say whatever it wants?
Yes and no. The original Ayuwoki had a digital soundtrack. I can put one of those up for available to share with you guys. Since his mouth doesn't move, yes, in fact, he can say whatever you want him to say. As you can see, I'm putting in the screws for this, for the casters. And there's a whole lot of screws to put in. One caster. Boy, I keep hearing that hee-hee. It haunts me, it does, really.
Miss Kitty asks, can you make an Ayuwoki doll?
Does she mean, can I or can she?
You.
Because anybody can make anything they wanted, but I don't sew.
That would be a no.
Say yeah. No. Tell them I don't sew.
Was the Ayuwoki the first robot you made?
Oh no. I've been building robots since I was 12.
How long does it take to build an Ayuwoki?
About 6 hours.
Where's the original Ayuwoki at?
It was sold. They were all sold. Almost finished with the casters. Time. Siren?
25 minutes in.
Okay. So with the last caster on, we got a nice strong base for our Ayuwoki. Now the next stage is to figure out where the feet are going to go.
Will the Ayuwoki always be a part of your life?
It looks like it will. Thanks to Mr. Rengstorff and his viral video. That cousin of mine, we call him Tommy, don't tell him I said so. He started this thing and I'm back to it after more than 10 years. So here we go. We're going to try to figure out where we want the shoes to go or where he wants to stand. So we're going to take the back two casters and put them close to you. We want the heels towards the back two casters. And I drew some circles here. Don't pay attention to those. Those are not the right circles. So we're going to position them on the board. And they have to be 10 inches apart. The center of the holes will have to be about 10 inches apart or it won't stand properly. So I'm going to mark the heels. And make sure the center of these things are going to be 10 inches apart. Again, if they're not, they don't sit properly. Let me double check that. 1 minute.
Immoral Essence asks, why did you decide to make an Ayuwoki?
Well, I decided to make the Ayuwoki because my cousin asked me to build him something to help promote his book. And then he didn't write the book.
Do you have anything from the original animatronic?
Yes, but I have a prototype, but it's broken. It doesn't work anymore, and the rubber mask is gone. The rubber mask rotted away.
What made you think to make the Ayuwoki?
I don't know. Call me crazy. So we're going to position these with the heels about, the center of the heels about 10 inches apart. Then I'm going to make a mark on the edges. They absolutely have to be 10 inches apart or it won't sit right.
Is or was your cousin a fan of Michael Jackson?
We're both fans of Michael Jackson. We both love Mr. Jackson. He's Michael. He has some of the greatest music of all time. And we do this whole thing to honor Michael Jackson. I'm sorry?
1 minute.
Siren's telling me we're down to 1 minute. We're going to do this last bit and then we're going to end off here. Okay, so we measured and we marked. We're making 2 holes 10 inches apart. The centers have to be 10 inches apart. They have to be approximately 2 inches from the edge of the board. And then we're going to drill 2 holes.
In the future, will you build another scary robot?
Probably. Anybody interested in building a Terminator? I can show you how to build the Terminator. You can see the Terminator behind me there. Okay, we're going to drill that with a 3/4 inch drill bit. There's 1. There's 2.
Two people said yes for the Terminator. And Vedi says, do you have an unreleased video with Ayuwoki that we've never seen?
I don't, but I know Rengstorff has some extra footage he told me about. Okay, now you're going to take your closet flanges and you're going to put them, ignore these circles. These are not the right ones. You're going to center them over the holes that you drilled. Put your finger in, make sure it's centered. And then you're going to screw these down.
Have you ever thought about building a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic? I don't think you know what that is.
A what?
Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic. Do you know what that is?
Five Nights at Freddy's? Does it have anything to do with Freddy Krueger, or is this a different Freddy?
No, Freddy's a bear animatronic that's from a game, a horror game.
No, I haven't thought of that because I don't know that character.
I can show you later.
Siren's going to show me later. Siren's a lot younger than I am. Okay, we're going to mark this just like we marked the casters, 4. And then we're going to mark the other hole, 4. We're going to use the center punch again. Mark. Indent the dots, the 4 dots on each. 1, 2. Makes drilling easier. 3. And putting screws in. 4. 1, 2, 4. Take the 4 flanges, put them where we had marked it.
Are you glad to be making Ayuwoki again?
I'm always glad to be making robots.
Who introduced you to building these types of robots?
I don't know. I just learned on my own.
How did your cousin react when you showed the Ayuwoki for the first time?
It was, oh my God, no, no, oh my God, oh my God, Thomas, what the hell? I like it. That's what he said. Again, where is this he coming from? I must be haunted by the ghost, by the Ayuwoki spirit. Now we've got the 4 casters, the 2 flanges, and we're ready to put in 36-inch nipples. And that's where we're going to start. Hold the questions for a minute. We're going to finish this. Okay, so you're going to take your 36-inch nipples. Yes, they're nipples. That's what they're called. 1/2 inch wide, 36 inches long. And we're going to just screw them right in. And by the way, this is called an armature. The support system for the figure is called an armature. So now you have the beginnings of the support for your Ayuwoki robot. And next week we'll talk about the shoes. I've cut a hole in the bottom of these. You need to have a hole cut in the bottom so you can do this. there you have it. That's the end of part 1 for today. Next week, we'll be building the rest of the body up and putting the costume on. We're going to be doing these weekly, every week for the next, until we're done, probably 2 or 3 more weeks. And if you have any more questions, put them in the comments. I'm glad to answer any and all questions.
We have 2 questions. Clarabelle asks, at night, do you ever get bad dreams of Ayuwoki?
Not at all.
Cami Liz, what is the first animatronic you ever built?
I built a robot for my science fair at the school.
Duster says hello.
Hello.
Beatty, your cousin is so lucky to have you. The Ayuwoki is my favorite horror personage.
Excellent.
And that's it.
All right, I want to thank everybody, all of our fans, our many fans, and our followers here on YouTube. Comment if you liked it. What did you want to see more? What do you want to see less? Tell your friends. We're going to be building the rest of this in the next coming weeks. We have another question. Go
One
ahead,
more question. Thomas Healy asked, what I'm assuming is it going to be every day today?
It'll be Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know what that is in your local time. 1 p.m. Pacific.
And that's all the questions.
All right. Thank you very much for coming today. I hope you learned something. I hope you're building your own Ayuwoki monster. Tell all your friends. I'll be live every week until this is finished, and then we'll go to another project. Thank you very much.